Hello students, welcome to the online session of Database Management System. The contents of today's session are Introduction to Nested Query, that is subquery in SQL, and Execute Nested Subquery examples. The learning objectives are, after learning this session, students will be able to describe the concept of nested query. Students will be able to execute nested queries. Okay, so now let's see what is nested query in SQL. So nested query is a query written or embedded within another query. Okay, just like nested loops. When we say nested for loop, it means that one for loop is written within another for loop. So similar is the concept of nested query. When we write one query into another query, when one query is a embedded part of another query, then that type of query is called as nested query. Okay, and it is also called as subquery or inner query. The query which is written within another query is called as nested query, subquery, or inner query. Okay, and the query in which that nested query or subquery is written, the query in which the nested query is embedded is called as outer query, main query, or enclosing query. Okay, so when we say nested query, it is written within parenthesis and embedded in a main query or in a outer query. Okay, so here in the execution of nested query, the result of that inner query, means the result of that nested query subquery, is given as an input to outer query or to the enclosing query for the execution. Means whatever result generated by nested query after its execution, okay, so that value or those row set is given as a input to the execution of outer query. Okay, and now for nested query, we cannot use group by clause and order by clause. Okay, these two clauses are not used in nested query. Then between operator cannot be used with subquery. Okay, or with nested query. It means that when we say nested query is embedded within a outer query, so to connect these two queries together, we can use some comparison operator or set comparison operator like in, not in, exist, not exist. But to connect these two queries, we cannot use between operator. Okay, so this is all about nested query in SQL. So here in SQL we have two types of nested query: independent nested query and correlated nested query. Okay, so independent nested query means the innermost query, that is the subquery, is executed first, and its execution is not dependent on the values of outer query. Okay, means suppose we have written some nested query statement. So first that nested query will get executed and then it will pass result to the outer query, but whatever field or whatever attribute we enlisted in a outer query, those attribute are not used in the execution of inner query. Okay, so that's why it is called as independent subquery. Its execution is independent of outer query, and thus independent subquery is executed only once. Okay, for the first time this query will get executed and the output is given to the outer query. Okay, then next type of subquery is correlated subquery. In correlated subquery, the execution of inner query is dependent on the row which is being executed in outer query. Okay, we'll say while writing outer query and nested query, we enlist some attribute for selection. Okay, so in correlated subquery, this subquery uses the attribute or fields from the outer query. Okay, it means that whatever field or whatever attribute we have enlisted for selection in outer query, those attributes, some of them are used by inner query or by subquery for the execution. Okay, that's why it is called as correlated subquery. The execution of correlated subquery is not independent execution. Okay, it fetches attribute or it uses attribute from the outer query. Okay, and this correlated subquery is executed multiple times. Okay, since it is using attribute from the outer query, it gets executed multiple times. Okay, so these two are the types of nested subquery in SQL: independent subquery and correlated subquery. Okay, so now next is let's see example for independent nested query. So here I have one employee table. In that employee table, 4 attributes are there: employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. Okay, see, now suppose I want to display the information of employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of all employees. Okay, I am repeating my statement. I want to display the information of employee from this table whose salary is greater than the average salary of all the employees. Okay, so this is my statement. I want this type of output. So here first we don't know the average salary of employee. Okay, so to display information about employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of all employees, first we need to find out the average salary. Okay, and then from that average salary we can get some value, we can get some data, and that data can be used as a comparison operator in outer query. Okay, so here we need to write the nested query. So here my nested query is select employee ID salary from employee. I want to display this data where salary is greater than select average salary from employee. Okay, see, I want to display data for those employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of all the employees. So first I'll find out the average salary, and then I'll compare the salary of each of the employee with that average salary. And if the salary of employee is greater than the average salary of all the employees, then I'll put that row in the output table. Okay, so here when we write this type of query, first the system will execute inner query. Okay, now in this case, see, select average salary from employee. This is a nested query, this is a inner query. And select employee ID salary from employee where salary is greater than. This is outer query. Okay, so here we are working with simple table. Now we are working with single table. Okay, and then when you when you write this query, at the time of execution, first system will execute inner query, that is select average salary from employee. Okay, then this query will get executed first. It is an independent subquery. Okay, so this query will get executed first. It will get executed only once. Then it will find out the average of all the salaries from employee table, and it will give that number, it will give that value as a input to outer query. Okay, and then by comparing salary with that average salary, you will get the output of outer query. Okay, so see, your output will be like this. Here at the right side you can see the resultant table. Now employee number 1, employee number 3, and employee number 6, all these 3 employees are having a salary greater than the average salaries of all the employees. Okay, means here first the average salary will get calculated, and that and then the salary of each of the employee will get compared with the average salary. And if the salary of employee is greater than that average value, then that row will get inserted into the output table. Okay, so this is independent nested query. Now let's take another example. Here now I have added another table, that is department table. Department table consists of 3 attributes: department ID, department name, and location. Okay, so here now I want to display the data of all employees who work in finance department. Okay, so see, if you look at employee table, then we have department attribute, but here in department attribute we just have the IDs of department, we don't have names of department. Okay, so in this case, if we want to find out the employees working in finance department, we need to connect these two tables together. Okay, so here first, when we say we want to display data for employees working in a finance department, first we find out the department ID, the department ID that belongs to finance department. Okay, first we need to decide which ID is the ID of finance department. Okay, so for that we write query select department ID from department where department name equals to finance. Okay, see, department IDs and department names are given in department table. So if we want to find out the department finance, then we need to fetch data from department table. Okay, and then by locating the department ID of finance table, we'll give that department ID to the outer query, and then we can fetch the data. Okay, so here I have written query select employee ID employee name from employee where department equals to. Okay, see, now department attribute in employee table consists of only code. I want name of department, so I can simply write select employee ID employee name from employee where department equals to. Now write down your nested query select department ID from department table where department name equals to finance. Okay, so when you give this query to the system, when you write this query, at the time of execution, system will execute inner query first, that is select department ID from department where D name equals to finance. Okay, then it will give you the department ID, that is D1. D1 is the department ID of finance department. Now we have that value for the comparison, and then then the system will just execute the outer query like this select employee ID e name from employee where department equals to D1, because it is a value which is given by your inner query, and this value is used as an input for the execution of outer query. Okay, then you will get this output. At the right hand side, the fourth table, you can see employee ID 1 and employee ID 3 are from finance department. Okay, see, when you look at the employee table, you can just find out the department IDs, but just looking at that department IDs you cannot identify the name of department. So to display data for any of the employee working in any department, you need to combine these two tables. Similarly, now if I want to select data for the employees who work either in finance department or in account department. Okay, now I want to display data for the employees who works in either finance department or in account department. Then I can rewrite this query like this select employee ID employee name from employee where department in. See, now we are using in comparison operator. In previous query we have used department equal to, because we want to display data for the employee working in single department only, means here we want to compare single value only. Okay, but now we want to display data for the employees working either in finance department or in account department. Here we want to check more than one value, that's why we have given in keyword, we have used in keyword, because by using equal to keyword you cannot check you cannot compare multiple values. If you want to compare multiple values, you need to use in keyword in a query. So I have written my query select employee ID employee name from employee where department in. Now write down your inner query. You need to find out the department ID for finance department and account department. Then I have just written select department ID from department where D name in finance and account. Okay, here also we have used in keyword because we need to find out department name of two departments. Okay, we need to find out department IDs of two departments. Okay, so for this comparison we have used in keyword. Now when you write this query, system will first execute inner query, that is select department ID from department where D name in finance account. Okay, then it will give you two values, department ID of finance, that is D1, and department ID of account, that is D4. Now these two values will be given as an input to outer query. Then your outer query will be like this. Now select employee ID ename from employee where department in D1 D4. Okay, then it will find out all the employees working either in finance department or in account department. Okay, so in this way you can compare value from the value from subquery with the outer query, either by using equal to operator, less than, greater than operator, means any comparison operator can be used to connect these two query, or you can use in or not in keywords. Okay, now again let's take another example for independent subquery. Here I have two I have two tables, student and book table. Okay, so student table consists of information of students and the book issued by student. Book table consists of information of all the books. Okay, so here I want to display uh, information of book that are issued by computer department students. Okay, I want to display book ID and book name of books which are issued by computer department student. Okay, so see, I can simply write query select book ID and book name from book. Okay, because we can fetch this data from book table only. Book table consists of book ID, book name and author. So I have written select book ID, book name from book, where book ID in. Now I want to compare book ID. I need to compare book ID. Okay, book ID with the book ID that are issued by computer department student. So I have simply written book ID in select book from student where branch equals to computer. Now if you look at the student table, we have book attribute which consists of book IDs, and in book table we have book ID attribute which consists of book IDs. So we need to compare these two book IDs. Okay, so first I'll find out all book IDs which are issued by computer department student. Okay, so here I have written inner query or subquery as select book from student where branch equals to computer. So it will give me all book IDs that are issued by computer department students. So here if you look at the student table, you will get book ID B1, B2 and B3. Okay, and then these three IDs are given as an input to outer query. So your outer query will be like this: select book ID, book name from book where book ID in B1, B2, B3, because these three book IDs are issued by computer student. Okay, so you will get this output, that is book ID B1, B2, B3 and name of books. Okay, this will be your output and the author names. Okay, so this is how nested query works, and these are all the types of independent nested query, because the execution of inner query is not dependent on the execution of outer query, and whatever value, whatever result you get from inner query, it will used in the execution of outer query. Okay, now another is up till now we have seen comparison operators like equal to, greater than and in. Now let's see not in comparison operator. Okay, now I have two tables, customer table is there, borrower table is there. Customer table consists of customer ID, customer name, account and balance, and borrower table consists of information about loan accounts, loan ID, customer ID, branch and amount. Okay, means customer table consists of information about all those customers who have account in a bank, and loan table or borrower table consists of information about loans or the customer IDs who have loan in a bank. Now see, I want to display information of customers who have account in a bank but doesn't have loan. Okay, information about customer who have account but don't have loan. Okay, so I can simply write query select customer ID, customer name from customer where customer ID not in borrower table. Okay, Okay, so I want to display information about those customers who don't have loan, and the customers having loan, they can be tracked from borrower table. Okay, so I can simply write select CID from borrower. When I select customer ID from borrower table in subquery, it will give me the customer IDs who have loan. It will give me the IDs of customer who have loan in a bank. Okay, but I don't want to display those IDs. I want to display the IDs of customer who don't have loan in a bank. So here, instead of in keyword, we have used not in keyword. Okay, so when you write this query, your inner query will get executed first, that is select CID from borrower. Then it will give me three IDs, that is 1, 2 and 5. These are the customer IDs from borrower table, the customers who have loan. Now these three IDs are given as an input to outer query. So your outer query will be like this: select customer ID, customer name from customer, where customer ID not in 1, 2, 5. Okay, so it will display all those customers where customer IDs are not 1, 2 and 5. Okay, so it will give you the data for customer number 3 and customer number 4, because these two customers are having account in a bank but they are not having loan in a bank. Okay, so these are independent subqueries by using not in operator. Okay, now next type of subquery is correlated subquery. So in correlated subquery, the subquery uses attribute from the outer query. The queries we have seen up till now were independent subquery, and in independent subquery, the attributes of outer query are not used in inner query. Okay. So let's say example for correlated subquery. In employee table, we have four attribute: employee ID, employee name, department and salary. Okay. Now see, I want to display information of employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of all employees working in that department. Okay, see, now I don't want to display information of employee whose salary is greater than average salary of all employees. I don't want to display this information. I want to display information of employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of employee working in his department. Okay, see, now if employee ID 1 and John, this John is working in D1 department, employee ID 3 is also working in D1 department. Okay, so first I'll take the average salary of these two employees. Okay, now this both the employees are working in same department, that is D1 department. So I need to find out the employee. I want to find out the employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of D1 department. Okay, means here we need to find out the department wise average salary. Okay, so I can simply write select employee ID, department, salary from employee E. This is alias now. Okay, employee E means now this employee table can be identified by E name. Okay, it is called as table alias. We have already studied this. Where salary is greater than, select average salary from employee, where department equals to E dot department. Now it is called as a self join. In case of self join, we have already studied that when we compare data from a single table, then we use all the attributes in that table for the comparison. We can use attribute from the table for the comparison. Okay, so here department is the attribute by using which you can get department names. So when I write select average salary from employee where department equals to E dot department, then it will compare each row with another row. Okay, so first it will compare department D1 with D2. Now there is no equality, so it will be false. Then D1, that is first row, will get compared with third row. First row value will get compared with third row value. Now in first row we have department D1, in third row also we have department D1. Now this will compare these two values. Both the values are equal because we have given equality condition where department equals to E dot department. Okay, so D1 these two are equal, so it will find out the average of salaries, that is 45 plus 50,000 divided by 2. It will find out the average. Okay, so that will be the average for D1. Again it will compare this D1 that is first value with fourth row value. It is not equal. It will compare D1 with fifth row value. In fifth row we have D3, so it is not equal. In sixth row we have D3, so it is not equal. Okay, so it will only take the average for value in row 1 and value in row 3 which is the same, that is D1. Okay, same procedure will be applicable for D2. Now in second row we have department D2. D2, compare this D2 with third row, that is D1, it is not equal. Compare D2 with fourth row. In fourth row we are having D2, means it will take average for these two values, 25,000 and 28,000. Okay, so that will be the average value for D2 and same for D3. Okay, means here your correlated subquery is executing multiple times and it is using attribute from the outer table, because here our outer table analyzes employee E. We are calling our outer table as a E table, and here in subquery we have written a condition like department is equal to E dot department. Okay, means we are using attribute from the outer query, so it will give you this type of output, that is employee ID, department and salary. Now let's see what is this output. See, employee ID 3 who is working in D1 department. Okay, so we have taken the average of these two salaries from D1 department, and the salary of employee ID 3 is greater than that average. That's why employee ID 3 is there. Now from D2 department we have got data for employee ID 4. So in D2 department two employees are working, employee ID 2 and employee ID 4. But when you take the average of their salaries, that is 25,000 and 28,000, when you take average, the employee ID 4 is having greater salary than that average. That's why employee ID 4 is here, because we have given a condition, that is salary greater than average salary of department. Okay, similarly for 6. Now employee number 5 and 6 both are working in D3 department. Take the average of these two salaries. If we take the average of these two salary, employee number 6 is having greater salary than the average of these two employees. That's why employee ID 6 is there in the department. Okay, so this is correlated nested subquery. Now let's take another example. This is product table. Product table consists of product ID, name, price, brand and category. See, here we can see categories: print, scan, network, computing. Okay, means print category consists of all printing devices. Scan category consists of all scanning devices. Network category consists of modem, and computing category consists of laptop. Okay, so now I want to display the information of product whose price is equal to the maximum price of product in the same category. Okay, see, I want to display the information of product whose price is greater than the maximum price of product in the same category. Here means we need to compare the prices of categories. See, I have two printers here. P1 is printer, which category is print. Again, another printer is there, category is print. Both are having different brand and both are having different prices. For one printer I have 25,000 price, and for second printer I have 18,000 price. Okay, so here when you look at these two categories, when you look in this category, in print category, you have two product, and out of these two product, the first product, that is this HP brand, is having higher price than this Samsung brand. Okay, So here I will display information for HP brand. Similarly, if you look at laptop, so laptop is having computing category. Here in computing category again we have two laptops. One is of Lenovo 40,000 and second is of Dell 56,000. So we need to compare these two. Now here out of these two, Dell 56,000 is having higher price. So I will display this because we are comparing maximum price. Same for network. See, in network category we have two types of modem. One is D-Link, one is MI. D-Link is having 6,000 price, MI is having 1200 price. Okay, so here we'll display information for D-Link 6,000 because it is a maximum price in that category. Okay, see, we are not checking maximum price among all. We are checking maximum price in category only. So I have simply written query, select P name, brand, price and category from product P. Now this table is called as a P. It is a allies product P where price equal to, now we need to select maximum price for same category. So select max price from product where category equals to P dot category, where category equals to P dot category. Okay, means we are comparing two categories. One is the category for this inner query and second category is from outer query. Okay, so here we are using P dot category, this attribute which is the attribute of outer query, and we are comparing that attribute in a inner query. Okay, so you will get output like this. So first category is print category. In print category we have two printers and out of these two printers HP printer is having higher price. In scan category we have two scanners and out of these two scanners Epson scanner is having higher price. Okay. In network category we have two modems and out of those two modems D-Link model is having higher price or maximum price. Okay. So this is correlated subquery. Now, up till now we have seen all subqueries with select query. Now let's see nested query with insert. So we can use nested query in insert query also. So here I have two tables, student table and book table. Again the tables are same that we have seen in previous example. Okay, student table consists of information about student and the books issued by student, and book table consists of book ID, book name and author, information of books. Okay, so see, here I want to separate data for the books issued by computer department student and I want to make different table for those data. Okay, so I can simply write query insert into book BK. So okay, so it is a backup table for example. So my table name is book BK. So let's see how to use nested query with insert. So I have just written insert into book BK. Select. After this, there is no need to write values keyword or any other keyword. Just write down your query. Select book ID, book name from book, where book ID in, select book from student where branch equals to computer. So this is nested insert query. See here, first when you write this query, the inner query, that is select book from student where branch equals to computer, this query will get executed. So from student table we'll get output B1, B3 and B2. Only these three books are issued by computer department student. Okay, so we have got this output B1, B2, B3. This is the same query that we have studied in previous example. Okay, but now we are fetching that data and we are creating new table. We are inserting data into new table. So it will give me the output for this inner query B1, B2, B3. Now compare this output with the outer query. My outer query is select book ID, book name from book where book ID in B1, B2, B3. So now from book table I'll get data for book B1, B2 and B3. This is from book table. And we are assigning this data, we are assigning B1, B2, B3 this data to book BK table. We are inserting this data to book BK table. Okay, so This is the nested query for insert. Here we create one table, means this book BK table structure is already created. Okay, so we insert data into created table by selecting data from different tables. Okay, so here we are creating book BK table which consists of data for books that are issued by computer department student. So for this, first we need to fetch data from books, for books which are issued by computer department student. Then we compare that data with book table, and then we assign that data to book BK table. Okay, so this is how we can insert data from using nested query into new table. Then nested query can also be used with update query. Okay, so here we have two tables, employee table and department table. Employee table consists of information about employee and department table consists of information about department. Now see, I want to increase the salary of employees working in production department. Okay, I want to increase the salary of employee by 5,000 working in production department. Now if you look at the employee table, we are having only department IDs. So from looking, by looking at this department ID, we cannot identify production department. That is, we cannot identify which ID is the ID of production department. So we need to fetch that from department table. Okay. So we will write inner query as select department ID from department where D name equals to production. This is my subquery. So it will give me the department ID of production department and assign that department ID to outer query. Now see, we don't want to select data, we want to update data. So I have written update employee set salary equals to salary plus 5,000 where department equals to D3, because we want to increase the salary of employees working in production department. So first we need to find out the department ID of production department, and that department ID can be located by using subquery select DID from department where D name equals to production. Your subquery will give you output D3. Now compare that D3 output with outer query. Okay, so update employee set salary equals to salary plus 5,000 where department equals to D3, which is the department ID of production department. So in employee, the employees that are working in D3 department, that is employee number 5 and 6, their salaries will get incremented by 5,000. Okay, so this is update nested query. Now next is how to use nested query with delete. So here again we have same table, employee table and department table. Okay, so see, I want to delete data for employees working in marketing department. Now again you look at, if you look at the table, from table you cannot find out the employees working in marketing department, because here we are not having names in names of department in employee table. We need to find out name of department from department table. So I have written inner query select department ID from department where D name equals to marketing. So it will give me output D2. Okay, I want to delete data from for employees working in marketing department. Okay, so here I'll get the output of inner query, that is D2. Now compare that D2 with outer query. So I have written delete from employee where DPT equals to D2. Then it will delete data for all the employees who work in marketing department. Okay, so this is how we can use nested query with delete. Now let's see what is the difference between join and nested query. See, whatever queries we have seen now, same queries can be executed by using join also, but there is a slight difference between these two. No performance related difference is there, but the difference is very minimal. That is, when we talk about nested query, it returns either a scalar value, that is, it returns either a single value or row set as a output, and that value or that set can be used in the execution of outer query. Okay, But in case of join, when we execute join operation or more than two tables, then it will return rows. It will return number of rows as a output. Okay. See, nested query and join both are used to fetch data from more than one table. Okay. We can use nested query or join to fetch data from two or more tables. But the difference is that when we work with nested query, we can either get a single value or we can get a row set. Okay, and that set is not a output. Okay, that is used as a input for the execution of outer query. But when we execute query, it returns rows, and that set is nothing but a result. Okay, so this is a slight difference between join and nested query. Another difference is that nested query is executed as a separate part of outer query. Okay, means nested query can be a independent query, and when we have independent nested query, it is executed independently than outer query. Okay, they are not dependent on each other. But when we talk about join, join is a inseparable part of any query. Okay, means we cannot separate join from the main query. Okay, and join cannot be executed independently. Means the entire, when you write any join query, that entire query is executed once. Okay, there is no separate execution of join and query. So these are the slight differences between join and nested query. In some situation we need to use join, and in some situation we need to use nested query. Okay, but they can be replaced by each other in any condition. Okay, so in today's session we have studied about nested queries in SQL. They are the embedded queries, and they can be used along with join, or they can be used as an alternative to join. Okay, thank you.